here's a new meal I'm starting, I'm going to try this year. It's called Backcountry Burger Bowl. So Burger Bowl is a meal that my wife kind of created. We were trying to eat healthier and trying to eat less bread and whatnot. So we substituted potatoes for the bread and kind of built like your hamburger right on top of potatoes. Anyway, it was a big hit. Kids all love it. We love it. And anyway, so I decided to figure out a way that I could take this canoeing. So this is Backcountry Burger Bowl. You won't find this anywhere else in the world, I'm sure. Okay, so what my plan is, I'm not going to go into it too much because I'm going to do it on the trail. I want to keep this as brief as I can, but I'm going to pan fry some hash browns. It's going to be kind of my potatoes, and then have some burger type toppings and fixings on it. So, like my other meals, I'm going to pack everything in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to start with some ground beef. So there's some dehydrated ground beef. You can see it's sweating because I keep it in the freezer. Make sure the air is out. Use lean or extra lean ground beef. Also, I've got a sauce here. This is Cameron, my son Cameron, who's going canoeing with me, is writing on it. So I've created a sauce for this burger bowl. So it's barbecue sauce. I actually got the measurements right. I got 1/4 cup of ketchup. I got a squirt of mustard and about 1/8 cup of barbecue sauce, all dehydrated and ground into a powder. So that's going to be my sauce that I'm going to put on, like my hamburger type sauce. Oh yeah, I forgot some stuff already. Let's go back. So in my ground beef, when I rehydrate it, I want some pickles. So I got some dehydrated dill pickles here. I'm going to put those in there. They're just little chips that I dehydrated. And I'm going to put some onions in that as well. So unlike the burger bowl at home where I can have lots of fresh vegetables like lettuce and tomatoes and all kinds of stuff like that on my burger, that was dehydrated onions. Can't do that here in the woods because that stuff is all heavy, so I'm not carrying that. So you can carry it if you want to, but I'm not going to carry it. So dehydrated ground beef with some onions and some pickles to rehydrate my burger bowl sauce in there. Right, I'm going to add some cheese powder to it. So when I mix up the sauce, I got 1 tablespoon of powdered cheese. Same thing you'd have in Kraft Dinner or any other box stuff, which we pick up at the bulk barn. Just trying to get the air out of that. And then I got some dehydrated hash browns here. Put those in there. I'm going to put a few more hash browns in that bag. And 2 butter pats because, like I said, I'm going to pan fry them. So yeah, we're going to try it. It could be a disaster. It could be a huge flop, but I think it's going to be good. Most of the meals are. And that's why I'm sharing them with you. And 2 butter pats, which I don't have with me. I'll grab them right quick. I'll be gone like the flash here. 2 butter pats to put in my frying pan. And I plan for this to make a big meal. So I use nesting pots to make my food in. There it is right there. Backcountry Burger Bowl. So I use nesting pots. This is my pot set. So the small pot here, I aim to have this full of food for my meal. So that's about 4 cups. I measured it. So about 1 liter. And this one, the big pot, is about 7 cups, which is about 1 3/4 liters. So that's it. Burger Bowl coming at you on the trail soon. Okay, tonight we're gonna make Burger Bowl. We're in a camp. It's a little cool, a little dark in here. I'm gonna try to keep the headlamp focused on the pots here. So for this meal, we got some hash browns. We got a sauce we need to make right there. And we got some hamburger we need to rehydrate. So I filtered some water already. I'll dump that in there. I'm going to put the hash browns in there to rehydrate. We'll cover with some water. Cover with some water. And then I'll make my sauce, which is ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. We'll put that together and play with that a little bit later, and I'll put the cheese powder in with it as well. So that's it right now. Now we sit and we wait. So half hour. The longer you can let it wait, a couple hours is awesome. If you got that, we don't have that tonight. But anyway, that's good for now. Okay, we're here in the dark again. In a camp, so I'm going to bring these to a boil now that they've rehydrated. So I've cheated a little bit in the sense that they're already hot, so it won't take too long to bring them to a boil. That was boiling already. That will see that or not. Low on. We're inside, so the camp stove works way better. Trying to look to see what we got on the screen here, but that's hard to do because I've got to keep my head pointed. Oh dear. What an outfit. These probably won't be fit to watch. Hard to say. Come have. Oh, that one's not going to go. Okay, so we got good boilage going on there. I'm going to turn that off. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to drain off the excess water that I have in my hash browns, which is not very much. So I'll put that liquid in there. So what I think I forgot in the earlier video is I had some peas and some dehydrated peas, some onions, and some dehydrated dill pickle to add to my burger bowl. So now I'm going to pan fry. I'm going to attempt, and again, this is the first time we've done this meal. This is brand new. This is brand new territory. So I'll put some butter in here. Try to, if it will come out. There we go. So I brought 2 butter pats. I'm going to try to pan fry the hash browns, is the plan. See how it works. So we'll melt that butter. How's she look, Cameron? Look like anything? Look, you can't move your head. So it's actually not quite dark yet, but we're inside in the. Oh, it smells like burning butter. Yummy. We're actually inside in a camp. So it's dark in here. It's raining outside. I thought maybe we'll do it on the veranda, but not gonna. So here's my. There, you hear them sizzling away. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? So there's not a lot of fat, but these are kind of wet. So I'm gonna keep moving them around and try to crisp them up. Again, this is the maiden voyage, so we'll see how this works. It'll be edible, I'm sure, but will it be awesome? We shall see. Someday. Oh, they look pretty good. They're all kind of breaking down like a potato would. Well, I guess they're potatoes. Like a non-dehydrated potato would. They smell good. So I'm just going to fry those up like so. You don't need to watch me do that, and I'll turn her back on once I get them more cooked as what they should look like. Okay, so I fried them up. They're not kind of browning up the way I was hoping they would, but they are kind of getting a bit light and fluffy, sort of like mashed potatoes. They're starting to stick to the bottom, so that's going to be a pain to clean. So we're going to call that done. And like I said, not 100% exactly what I was hoping for, so I'm going to put those back in the big pot. See how light? Can you see that? Can you see that? They're kind of light and fluffy. They do remind me quite a bit of mashed potatoes. Scrape those. And I'm going to make that kind of like a bed down in the bottom, like so. Put the big pot on there. The big pot. The big lid on there. And those look and smell awesome. Let's do taste test here. Can you see that? Probably can't see nothing. Alright, now I'm going to make the sauce. So we're going to add some water. I'm going to drain off my meat. Ooh, that smells good. Add the powdered cheese powder after I get the liquid and start to break it down. That's how I'm going to do that. So I like to save my water as much as possible. So that way I get to keep all the flavor that... Oh, it smells good. Holy man, that smells good. Holy man. You want to be careful how much water you put in because you can't take the water back out. I'm afraid I put too much water in there. The cheese sauce will make it all better. So I'm going to have to try to condense that down because I added too much water to it. It smells very, very good. I want it to be a little bit on the thick side, like the ketchup. So I'm going to let it boil pretty good there to kind of condense it down. I didn't realize just how much water I'd put in it, but you know, you know. It smells like, tastes like good stuff. Put my cheese powder in. That kind of hopefully give us this idea of cheese, notice. It should thicken it up a bit too. It did thicken it up. So cheese, barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard. Cut my heat. Still going. Still going. Try to work some of the lumps out of the sauce. I'm going to keep playing with this. There's no sense of you waiting for me, and I'll come back when I work these lumps out similar to how I'm doing, kind of crushing them with the back of the spoon. And I'll show you the next step. Okay, so the sauce, I'm getting the lumps out. She's boiling pretty good, so I'm going to turn the heat off actually. Get a bunch of the lumps out. Cheese powder helps thicken it up. So it's a little bit thinner than I want, but I'm going to let it cool a little bit. A lot of times things will thicken when they cool. So we'll set that down there. So now I've got my, move that out of the way. So I got my hash browns that are fried up. I got my ground beef, peas, pickles, onions. Put that in for my burger bowl. Gonna make it all in a layer like that. I'm gonna take my sauce and pour my sauce over the top. Try to get all that I can out of the frying pan. Don't lose that onion. No losing onion. Add some salt and pepper to taste, which I have with me. Try to get all that sauce. Oh, don't drip, don't drip. Don't drip. Housekeeping will give. Hello, housekeeping. And there we go. There's the sauce. Ground beef, peas, potatoes. Oh, and a yummy bite like that. Look at that. Oh, that looks tasty. Backcountry burger bowls coming at you.